Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Beauty Topics podcast. I'm your host, Chantel, and I have an incredible guest in my little home studio with me today. I have Miss Lily Rodriguez, and she's the owner of Lily Bakes Studio. And I'm so excited to have her here and just learn so much more about her. She's a mompreneur and a wife and all these things. So hello, Lily, and welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So why don't you just start by telling us just a little bit about yourself?
Okay, so my name is Lily, and I own Lily Bakes Studio. It is a bakery, and I am a wife, I am a mom, and everything in between. Trying to do it all.
Yes, and she's juggling and maintaining quite well.
Thank you.
Yes.
We try.
Yes. And she's a mompreneur, which you guys know that's what I'm obsessed with. I absolutely love mompreneurs. I love women who don't take no for an answer and just go after what they want and just have everything.
Yes.
I mean, people say that you can't have it all. It's well, it depends on how much work you're willing to put in.
Correct.
And
it's
if you
a balance.
and if you have a good partner that's there to support you and you guys are in it together, I feel like you can have all the things that you want. Yeah.
Yes, that surely makes a difference. Yes.
So I have to know, with your business, I know you're doing, so many things now with your business, but what actually inspired you to start it in the first place?
So I love sharing that story because it is a very genuine story. I started because of my family. So in my family, we ended up with 3 birthdays in the same week. So my husband's birthday is August 15th. Our son is August 16th, and our daughter is August 18th.
Oh, wow. So I love it. Make one big cake, lots of layers.
Well, we actually made 3 cakes now that I can do it. And that's what got us started. After we celebrated, our son is the baby. And so after we celebrated his birthday that year, I thought, wait, we're going to be having a lot of cake for a long time now, right? Every year we're going to need those 3 cakes, or like most people say, well, just do one big one. And so I told my husband, it was a simple pillow talk that I just said to him, I think for the next year, I want to learn to bake their cake. That'll save us some money, right?
Oh,
and
absolutely.
We were getting ready to go to bed. It wasn't a deep conversation. It wasn't a business plan or anything in the scheme of how we're doing things now. It was just, I want to do this for our kids and for you, and that way we can save some money. He was like, yeah, sure. And so that year I set out to just practice. And so I don't come from a baking family. I didn't have any prior experience. And so when I would go buy my groceries, I would just grab, a couple cake box mixes and just add them to my grocery bill. And so I was a stay-at-home mom at the time, and I had 3 babies with me. And so I just, would cook dinner and then would whip up a cake and just try different recipes, like doctoring them up. Some people say add an extra egg, or, substitute, water for milk, and just things like that, and just trying different things. And that's where it began. It was never to have a business. It was just because I wanted to make their cake on their birthday the following year.
I love it. My husband's family is like that. His birthday's March 23rd, and he has 3 nieces, and my brother-in-law, all their birthdays the same day, girl. It's ridiculous. I'm like, oh my gosh. But I love that you were just basically your own inspiration, just wanting to do something special for your family.
Them. Yes, ma'am.
There was no mentor. You're like, look, I'm going to get these mixes and see what I can whip up. And I love it. I'm here for it.
I just wanted to save money.
So when did it become a business? When do you're like, oh my gosh, this is a thing now?
So it became a business after doing it about 2 years. We survived COVID through the business. So the business was a hobby, right? It was just something that I was doing. Orders were coming in, because once I did a cake for one person, then that person would take it to their party, and it just kind of grew.
That word of mouth, it spreads like wildfire.
Yes.
It's great free marketing.
Yes. That is what's kept us running all these years. And I think the moment that I said, okay, let's shift, was when it overtook my house. We no longer had living space. We no longer had a kitchen. Our garage had 2 refrigerators, 2 freezers, and it was definitely taking over our Saturdays, right? Even as much as I would try and push and say, pickup is this time to this, it was 2-3 o'clock, and I was still waiting for customers to pick up from my house. And so at the end of that year, I sat with my husband and I said, I think I need to transition, or I need to scale it way down, into just keeping it as a fun hobby. I said, because it's overtaking our life and our marriage and our family life. And I said, this is what's kind of come in as far as deposits. And we were both like, wait, what? This is somebody's job, right? This is somebody out in the real world is making money. And he was like, okay, where is it? And I said, well, we've spent it. We have gone on vacation, and I would always reinvest it into
reinvest in your business.
But it was like, if we're gonna do this, I think we're at a point where I could sustain rent, I can sustain bills and things like that. And he's like, well, try it. And so we set out on the mission to try and find a location. And after what felt like forever, we found our location where we're at now. And that I took a leap of faith and I said, let's do this. And he supported it.
I love it. You have to have a supportive partner, though. And anything that you do, I just feel like it's such an integral part. Like, without my husband, this would not be. I mean, none of it. Like, he's the production company. He edits, he uploads, he does the thumbnails, he does everything. Like, I do the interviews and all the behind the scenes stuff in that regards, and finding the people that I want to talk to. But like, when it gets down to like the nitty gritty, like setup stuff, he does that. Yes. And I'm like so grateful, because you need that support.
Yes,
and I love that he was just like all in, like, do it, babe, let's see.
Yeah, so he's very ready to tell me no. But I think it's, it's something that we've learned throughout the years of, I know how to ask for what I want. And, I know not just say some crazy thing. And there's a balance. And he's like, yeah, it sounds like you know what you're doing, and he gives me that support that is just like, do it. I'm like,
yes.
Okay.
Yes, but the thing is that he saw that you were passionate about it, and
Correct.
he saw the income coming in. He's like, wait a minute. Like, you're already doing it.
Right.
I just need to help you, with these other little things that you might need help with. But you were already in the thick of it. You already accomplished that goal. Like, girl, you were ready. So where's the location now?
So we're located, the physical address is 10103 South Sam Houston Parkway, Houston, Texas. We are south of Houston, right at the corner of the Beltway. I tell people the Beltway and 45 South. Okay. The landmark is when I tell people that, oh, I know what that is. It's the HEB on Black Hawk.
Girl, see, that's me. You have to tell me in relation to HEBs or Target. That's how I know directions. My husband will say, your third favorite Target. I'm like, okay, I know where it is.
Yes. So we're across from that HEB on Black Hawk. And the cool thing about it is that we're located in a gas station, which not a lot of people are familiar. Like, I don't know any other gas stations that have bakeries. I know gas stations have like restaurants, taquerias, pizza joints. Yes. And so when people come, to the first time, they'll either call me or text me, and they're like, Lily,
is this the right spot?
Yeah, I'm at a gas station. I'm like, yep, you're at the right place. Come on in, and then I kind of tell them where we're at. So yes, that's where we're located at.
Oh my gosh, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie, these gas stations be having the best stuff. There's one place that my husband loves. It's like the fried rice and brisket place. It's like super famous. They're at a gas station. It's amazing. It's incredible. Yes. Like, oh my gosh. So girl, you can find good things. Okay, I'm here for it. So what has this journey been like for you so far? Like, it seems like you started and you kind of hit the ground running and everything took off so fast. Did it kind of just snowball like before your eyes, before you realized it had gotten so big?
I think we are still in that phase, right? I feel like I try to see my life as seasons, right? There's different seasons in my life. At the beginning, it was the season of learning, right? Learning to bake, learning to decorate. I didn't have any of that skill or that knowledge. And so, we were in that phase for a long time. And I think now I am in the thick of like planting seeds everywhere I go, right? Every opportunity like this one that I can to grow my business, to put my name out there. So it has been an amazing journey to kind of see that season transition from one phase into like right now I am fully aware that I am in the season of planting those seeds everywhere. Like, God keeps opening doors that I never imagined, right? Like, keeps putting me with contact with people that I'm like, is this happening? Like, is this for real? Wow. And so I am enjoying that season of being able to put my name out there. Like, we just got approved. We're in the transition of getting approved with the school district where my kids go to school. That will be an amazing opportunity to be able to service, not just my kids' schools, which I already do, but to be able now to service and be a vendor for all of the schools in our district.
That's amazing.
So yes, that's...
You go, girl. I'm so here for it.
Thank
it's
you.
Just like your enthusiasm and like you're so just like bright and excited about your business.
I love
great
it.
Because you should be passionate about it. Because if you're not passionate about it, it's like then it feels like a chore. Like I can clearly, it's blatantly obvious that you love this.
I love it. I tell my husband, when our kids grow up and they're out of the house, I say, you're going to have to check my pulse because I'll probably just live at the shop. I don't know if I'll ever come home. Like, I can put like a little cot there and just, and he giggles and he's like, yeah, I definitely see it. Like, I love what I do to the point where I will do it for free. I love everything that has to do with the phase that I'm in life right now.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, talking about like learning the whole process of like the baking and everything, because it's such an exact science. Oh my gosh, everything has to be just perfect and exactly right. But like the baking and the decorating and all these things, because I mean, I'm online drooling over this banana pudding cake. I'm drooling over this butter pecan cake, and I'm like, what is she doing to me? So I'm just like, how did you hone these decorating skills? Like, did you go to like classes or seminars? Like, how, I mean, everything's just self-taught?
It is. I am a self-taught baker. And I love to say that. I just spent, during COVID, you know, when the world shut down and we didn't do anything, I like to tell, so I do a lot of career days. And so at the beginning, I always felt self-conscious, right? Because you're having these people that are engineers and lawyers and that went to, you know, Ivy League schools. And here I'm a self-taught baker. And I kind of would shy away from that, where now I say it with pride. Like, I went to YouTube University.
There you go, girl.
I am a TikTok master.
Yes.
YouTube, I think, was my first teacher just because that's what we had at the time. And during COVID, I clocked in a lot of hours watching. And so what I would do is when I would put my kids down to bed, I would watch, you know, these hour-long techniques of videos, right? And then when they would be up or when I was baking, that's when I would practice the skill that I learned at night. And so now I'm more of a TikTok person just because TikTok is immediate. You know, it's like a 30-second video or a 3-minute video. YouTube is still great, but, you know, they are longer videos.
Long form content.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, I am self-taught. Everything I've learned, I have watched a video and then I just practice.
Oh my gosh. What has inspired your flavors? Like, where'd this banana pudding cake come from? Because, girl, I have to have it for my birthday. Like, I have to. Just look at it on Instagram,
it's
y'all.
Honestly, for my customers, that banana pudding cake came from a customer. She saw it on Facebook, somebody promoting it. And she's like, hey, Lily, you think you could do this? And the person that posted it didn't post either the ingredients or the recipe. All she did was explain what it was. And then I just kind of took it and turned it into something completely similar, but just to our style and, you know, what sells very well for us. Anytime I post that cake, I mean, I get 3 to 4 orders right behind
drooling
it.
over here, girl, drooling.
So I am very prideful in the sense that we've perfected that cake. Yes. And it's just a beauty.
I'm prepared to run the 5 miles to be able to eat that one slice. I've mentally prepared for it. It's like, you know, you want that cake, so just do the work. So that way you can eat it without gaining 10 pounds. Girl, I'm so here for it. And that butter pecan cake. Girl, about sitting me. I'm like, my niece wants that one. She loves pecans. I'm just like, your flavors are just, did they all come from like customer requests that you kind of just kept rolling with?
Yes. It's so whatever they ask for, I love to tell people the beauty of our shop is that we can customize anything, right? Like on Saturday, I did a customer say, Lily, can you do like a vanilla strawberry swirl? I'm like, yeah, we can do that. Yeah. And so that's the beauty of what we get to do is that I get to customize anything for our customers. Like there's no limit. There's no, we can't do that. It's very rare that I say, like I'll say no to like a tier tres leches, but that's just because
it doesn't hold up.
The construction of it, I'm like, it would be everywhere. Yeah. But other than that, as long as we can do it, I'm here for it.
Wow. Yes. And then how do you prepare the cakes for like transport when the customer picks them up? What is that like?
So it depends. Like our tiered cakes, you know, we make sure that they're stable. You know, we have to put dowels in them and make sure that they hold up. Okay. And then our smaller cakes, we prep them. Like I start preparation on cakes if they're going on Saturday between Thursday and Friday. Okay. And so that kind of allows the buttercream to set. And if it's buttercream, like I mean that cake will be good. Okay. I have people that come pick up from the Woodlands. Oh wow. Yeah, I have customers all over, and you know we've never had any issues in the summer. I tell people we have hot summers, right? We're in Houston. And so if you're going to pick up a cake and you're traveling, make sure that AC is on, like full blast. Okay. Because I think in the time I've done it, only one customer has called me with her cake that has melted. And she's like, Lily, what do I do? She picked up the cake at 10. she didn't text me until almost 5 o'clock in Galveston. I'm like,
my
that's
gosh.
way too far. Like, there's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
So, you know, we make sure that when we hand over our cakes that they are ready for transport, and you know, we include like a instruction card and things like that for them to know.
But I'm not bringing. If I'm bringing, you need to have a cooler with some dry ice or something. If you're taking your cake to the beach, this is Houston. It could have been 110 degrees that day. Like,
yeah, no, she texted me.
How much do you think frosting's gonna hold up? Like,
yes. Yeah, no, I remember looking at that text and thinking, you picked up around 10.
Yeah.
It's now almost 6 o'clock and you've had dinner.
Yeah.
I mean, a cake's going to do what a cake's going to do. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, if I pick up a cake at 10, I'm eating it at 11, but that's fine.
Yes.
That's neither here nor there.
Yes, yes.
But so, because I'm obsessed. Me and my family, we love watching Is It Cake? If there is a baking show on Netflix or Hulu or anything, let me tell you, girl, we are about it. I love to watch the Great British Baking Show. Yes. I love all those things because it's a skill set that fascinates me because I cook, but like I'm a Southern style cook. We cook everything to taste, you know, gumbo, etouffee, everything is to taste, you know, because I'm Creole. So like baking scares the crap out of me because it's like, no, you need a 1/4 teaspoon of this and you need a pinch of, you know, salt. Girl, I'm like, no, my cakes will fall apart. There's just... Like, I'm just not a baker. When I say, like, okay, I'm going to bake something, I make Rice Krispie treats. I don't mean I'm, like, really going to bake something. So, like, people like you are very important to my life for special events.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
That's what keeps us busy, yes.
Because, yeah, it's so exact. That's why I'm like, when you guys are, like, cultivating these recipes and coming up with these new flavors, like, seriously, like, how much hours go into that? How difficult is that?
I think so. I guess I don't see it as a time consuming thing because I love to do it, right?
Yeah.
So for me, I enjoy the opportunity to create something different, right? I remember a friend ordering a lavender cake with lemon custard in the middle, and like, I mean, just I'm like, okay, sure. So I'm like, how do I get lavender? Like, how can I infuse lavender into this cake? Yes. So just the opportunity to do that, I guess I don't even pay attention to the time.
Gotcha.
See, you know, what it takes, just because I'm excited to do something that I haven't done already.
Wow. Because I'm just like, how do you pull these flavors like the lavender? I'm like, where do you get lavender from? Are there petals baked into the cake? Like, what was that
so we
even
used,
like?
for that cake, we used lavender tea that I brewed, and then I try to make it, you know, a lot stronger than you normally would. Yes. And so then I infused that into our cake mix.
Son of a gun. That's amazing.
To give it. And so that one took, you know, I want to say it took me probably like 3 different runs because I didn't know how much, you know, to put in. Like, I didn't want it to be too strong. Mind you, lavender is not a flavor that I enjoy. But I wanted to make sure that the customer could taste that, right? And could get the flavor of the lavender along with the lemon, and that it meshed together. And so I made her a couple samples, and so then when it was right, she's like, this is it. I'm like, okay, I know what to do.
Wow, that's amazing. So you kind of like do a little tasting so you can make sure you have the right. I was wondering, okay, so when you're doing a custom cake like that, when somebody wants to place an order, how much notice do they need to give you? You need like 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Like what's a proper amount of time?
If it's a custom flavor, I always tell them, give me some time, right? Because I need to do a taste run, right? With flavors. But if it's just what we already offer, I know there's some bakers out there, they're like on the two week mark, a month mark. Not us. I'm like, just give me like 2 to 3 days.
Okay.
I don't mind. We are known for taking last minute orders.
Okay.
That's just the clientele that I have.
Yeah.
I don't mind servicing them. I do joke around sometimes, and I'm like, you have 364 days, right? Because I take 1 day off from the day of the birthday to know when to order. Why you wait 24 to 48 hours is beyond me. But, and I tell them, if I'm able to do it, I will always do it. Yeah, I don't mind. We don't require that big of a notice. I tell them, as long as you give me 2 to 3 days, and mainly because I can bake. What I can't get sometimes on time are like the toppers. Like if I have to order stuff like from Amazon, or if I have to make the toppers, things like that, that's what I need the time for. But we're very blessed, like I said, because I'm so close to my shop, and I can go in there and, you know, when I get next day orders or the 48 hours one, I'll go in one day, bake it, and then I'm able to decorate the next day and have it ready for pickup.
Gotcha.
We have that flexibility, which I enjoy.
But I'm just like, you guys are like juggling multiple orders, and it's so much. But you know, I saw the cutest cake because I'm Creole, I saw this one stood out to me, the crawfish cake.
Oh, yeah.
With the little corn on the cob. I was like, oh, it's so cute.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, how did you do that?
It's just, I think creatively already, right? So before cakes, because cakes was not in my path, I enjoyed going all out for my daughter's birthday. And so I've always been like I've always been hands-on, crafty, whether it's painting or, or doing things like toppers or boxes for my daughters, just things like that. I think my brain already thinks creatively, and so it comes very natural, and I enjoy doing it.
Wow.
Yes. So I enjoy looking at things. I'm like, oh, I can do, like, I'll look up like a video, like with the crawfish that we made. I remember looking up like how to, I'm like, oh, okay. Like, and my brain starts to break it apart. Like, people will see it, let's say, as the crawfish. I see it as like the log of fondant, and then I have to make it kind of like into a triangle. Like my brain breaks it up into shapes.
You already dissected in your mind,
Correct.
and you can put it back together.
Correct.
Oh, I love it. I love it. What's your favorite cake flavor?
So my favorite one right now, it's probably the butter pecan. That one I'm not allowed to go to family functions without that one. That one is definitely is top. And then I'm very traditional. I love a vanilla. Like a simple vanilla with buttercream frosting.
Girl, shut the front door. She went from banana pudding and butter pecan to I like vanilla.
I do like vanilla. I think maybe it's because the one I'm exposed to the most.
Yeah.
But like on Saturday, I made the yellow cake with chocolate buttercream.
Ooh, that's yummy. That old school classic is good though. I'm not gonna lie. Like that one is delicious.
Yes. So I took the scraps off the top and then like the chocolate buttercream that I had left over. I just like put it on there. And I was like, yeah. Yes, thank you.
The scraps are the best part because you get that little extra little taste.
Yes. It's what do the people say? It's like quality control is what I'm doing.
There you go.
Yes, I gotta make sure it's good. Yes.
So what has been like the most, was there ever a flavor profile that stumped you? I doubt it because you use lavender tea, but was there ever one that you were just like, oh, wait a minute?
So I have a customer that orders pistachio cupcakes with chocolate buttercream. And mind you, it was prior to the whole craze right now that's going on with pistachio.
I love it. I love pistachio everything.
Yeah. So that one, I was like, there's not like a pistachio flavor. There's not a pistachio infused bottle. So that one took us a little bit to get it. But they loved it. They've ordered it a couple of times now. Wow.
Because I love pistachio macarons. So that's why I'm like, oh, that would be yummy.
Yes.
So are your flavors are seasonal, certain ones that are like, okay, this is like spring, summer, or you can just pretty much order what you want whenever?
You can order what you want whenever. Yeah, we're trying to push.
I love
like my sister right now. So my sister helps me a lot with content and things like that.
Okay.
And she does it from home, which is amazing. But the idea came kind of from people that do offer seasonal, but it's more for us to push that certain product, but not that we're going to take it away. So like right now we're pushing our banana pudding because it's springtime. We always get a lot of orders around Easter time. But you can order banana.
Great Easter dessert.
Yes, it's a great, people have started to order that as, kind of the thing that you bring to your Easter gathering, which is nice for us.
Yeah.
So we're pushing that one, but you can order banana pudding any time of the year.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So what other things do you offer? Because yes, I've been doing a lot of poking around and I saw some other yummy things. What are some of your other favorite things to make?
So let's see. Maybe cookies. I think our cookies are, the cookies that we offer are different from most people that offer cookies in our area. Our cookies are a buttercream cookie. It's a sugar cookie, but we decorate them with buttercream. A lot of people, when they come to us the first time, I always let them know we do not do royal icing.
Gotcha. Okay.
That is what's a lot more popular than our cookies. And so when I tell them buttercream, they're like, wait, buttercream? I said, yeah, we use buttercream to decorate our cookies. Versus, customers that are used to the royal icing. And I always tell people the reason that I don't do royal icing is I try to at the very beginning and they are time consuming.
Extremely. It's very detailed.
I mean, one cookie order
I have
will
wonderful
take you
friends that do them and it's a ton of work and I have so much respect for them. They're so artistic.
And I tell them like I'm a full-time mom before I'm a baker. So I don't have 3 to 5 days to push out cookies, right? Where our cookies, I can bake them when I have orders, I will bake them the night before, let them cool, decorate them. We let them set out to dry, and then I'm able to bag them the next day.
Wow.
So our turnaround time for cookies is just a lot different than us if we were to offer royal icing. And it's just a technique that I never learned from the beginning. And so we kind of stuck to buttercream cookies. And I love when people taste them because they're like, oh my God, these are so good. I'm like, yes, they are, because it's a soft sugar cookie with buttercream on top.
Oh, yummy.
Yeah.
Girl, I feel my thighs just getting thicker as we
I
just
just might
sitting
look
here
this way because we eat a lot.
Oh my gosh. So, tell me a little bit about, like, have you ever done like a wedding cake?
We do wedding cakes, yes.
You do wedding cakes?
We do, yes.
Okay, how tall do they get, Mama?
So the tallest that I did was a 5-tier.
Ooh, okay.
But it was a fake cake.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was a styrofoam cake that we decorated, and I've done them in different designs. So there are some customers that have ordered it, and it's completely all fake, and they'll either order sheet cakes from us, or they order them from Sam's or Costco.
Yes,
and that's kind of what they'll bring out to their guests. But I've also done them when they're 5 tiers, and just at the very bottom there's a flower. That's kind of the hint. They remove the flower, and then they'll able to cut it. And inside,
do their pictures with that one.
I put enough for like 3 to 4 slices. So I tell them kind of shoot for cutting it in the middle, so you have cake on the left and cake on the right.
Nice.
For pictures and stuff. You can see still see the cake, but it is all a artificial cake.
That's so cool.
Yes, but we also do. I mean, I think our biggest have been 3-tier cakes that are all completely real. Yes.
Oh, that's so neat. Okay, that's just so cool to me that it's a fake cake, because a lot of people, they're thinking about like how to store it and like how to carry it, and they're so afraid. I'm like, doing that and then having the sheet cake in the kitchen for like the caterers to bring out. I mean, that's genius. And it's also the cost, because to price out a 5-tier cake, I mean, you're talking that's very expensive,
in the thousands. So it does keep prices low, and it makes it more affordable for them. And I don't, when I tell people, when you're ordering, if you want to order that from Sam's, it does not hurt my feelings at all. Like, I still enjoy Sam's cake. I enjoy Costco cake. Yeah. So if that keeps your price down, I am totally here to help you. Get whatever price point that you need.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I'm just like, girl, I had so many things I want to ask you. Okay, yes. I want to know about edible images.
Okay,
what the heck is that?
Okay, so our edible images is we purchase an edible printer. Now, there are many different type of printers. There are printers that range in the $3,000 range, and there are some that are as low as $100 that you could catch up on Amazon. Okay. The key is using edible ink. And so you can get like a Canon printer and purchase edible ink and, insert that versus ever inserting like regular ink. And it prints out on a wafer sheet. So it's like a sugar sheet that it prints on, and then you're able to add it to your cookies. You're able to add it to your cakes. And I love it because you're able, like I tell people, you're able to put anything like company logos, pictures, whatever you can dream of. Imagine whatever you can print on your printer. I print it on an edible printer sheet.
Yeah, because my youngest is about to graduate high school, and so I would love to have like a big cake with like her senior portraits on it. That's amazing.
Yeah, we can do that with cookies. I mean, like in the cookie world, you also have like an Eddie printer, which prints directly onto the cookie once the royal icing has hardened. Our version is similar, but we use the sugar sheets, and so we print it on there, and then we just lay it on top of our buttercream, and it gives us the same type of cookie.
Okay, yeah, you're blowing my mind, because I saw that and you were like edible images, and I'm like, what is she like? In my mind, I'm just thinking about like maybe there's some kind of paper candy thing and you can crunch on it and eat it. I don't know.
No, it's an edible sheet of paper. Yeah, they make it's a sugar sheet, or they're called different things, but we're able to run it through a printer and it prints out.
Oh my gosh. So, okay, my other question. Sorry, I had to go back to wedding.
No,
real
it's
quick.
okay.
Do you do cake tastings for brides and grooms?
So we don't offer like an official cake tasting.
Okay.
What I tell customers when they haven't tasted us at all, and you're a completely new customer, the best option that I have is ordering cupcakes.
Okay, that makes sense. That
so I
makes
tell
sense.
them, you can do 6 cupcakes. I think our cupcakes, maybe $3 a piece. I think so. Okay. You can get, let's say,
do like one pistachio, correct, and then one of the
because that's easier for me than if I do like cake tastings, like the slices. I'm having to make all these different flavors, and then what do I do with it, right? Yeah. Where cupcakes, especially when we're having orders come in through the week, if you let me know, I can tell you, okay, by Friday I'll have these flavors that I'm baking that I can get you. I can scoop up 1 or 2 of these flavors, and then you can come in and taste them that way.
Okay. I
Yes.
love it. That makes total sense. Cupcake is so much easier that you can control the waste.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. 'Cause
Versus
we
if
don't
I'm doing
want
the
that.
slices, what do I do?
Yeah.
You know, with all this extra bread and, you know, if nobody's, you know, stopping by.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. So what kind of a role has like your family played like in the business as far as like
Oh
helping
man,
you?
I love my family. You know, I would not be here if it wasn't for my entire family.
Yeah.
And it goes both ways, from my parents to my husband, my own personal family, my husband's family. I mean, they push.
You got a village, girl.
I mean, I love to tell them that sometimes they believe in me more than I believe myself in myself. There's times that I doubt it. They refuse to let me quit.
Because they wanted to eat the cake.
Well, yeah, and I think you know they see the success that we're having, and I think you know it brings pride to our family, obviously, you know, but I mean from just the different people, you know, I have it's three of us in my side of the family, and my husband has, you know, it's three on them, and each, you know, we're all married, and so that, you know, that makes six on each side, right? And then each of those people would take our product and push it in their schools, push it in their jobs.
I love
and
it.
it's just it's such a grateful feeling, you know, to know that they believe in me, that they're constantly pushing me for their, like I said, for their jobs, for their kids' schools, for their businesses, you know, for their employers. And it's just, you know, I get notifications every day, you know, where my sister-in-law, you know, my friends are just, they're constantly tagging Lily Bake Studio. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them believing in me, for trusting me, you know, to complete these orders, you know, for their friends and family, for their employers. So it is, I have a huge village, and I have a supportive village that just absolutely loves me. And I couldn't do what I do without them. Yeah.
I feel you 100%. I'm the same way. Like when I was building my mobile salon, when we were making it, like my dad was here, my brother was here, like my sister, we were hot gluing things. We were burned. Like everybody pitched in.
They just came
helped.
in. Yeah. And it's nice to see, like my dad, anytime I tell him that I need help, like there's no question, you know, like I mentioned earlier, we are entering our catering service, right? We're offering services now, and all of my cards, he has built them. Like,
wow.
All I do is tell him, hey, daddy, and he's like, yeah, send me the picture. And I'll get the text, I already have it. You want to come look at it? I'm like, okay,
thank
Dad,
you,
like,
Dad.
I'm on my way,
hello.
Dad. So, you know,
love it.
and he's told me, you know, we've had many, you know, deep conversations. And one of them is that he regretted that he wasn't able to like pay for me to continue like higher education. I'm like, it's okay. Like, you know, I went to school to be a social worker. It's not where we ended up. And I'm like, then that's okay. You know, I didn't complete that goal, but you know, life took me somewhere different. And, you know, he's always said, you know, as long as I'm living and breathing, I will help you, you know, because I think he regrets, you know, maybe not facilitating for me to, you know, continue my school. But I'm like, this is way more than I can.
Like you have a happy life. You're an entrepreneur. You're a business owner. He has so much to be proud of.
Yes. And that's a good feeling. You know, my mom just the other day we were talking, and she was telling me, she's like, I'm really happy in life. And, you know, we were both crying because she's like, I'm so proud of my kids. You know, each of my kids have their families, they're established, you know, members of society. She's like, and I just remember feeling like, oh my goodness, like, I don't know if she's ever said that, you know, for her to say that, you know, she's proud of me. I was like, ooh.
It's a big thing.
It was like, oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Because we think about ourselves as mom and what we want for our kids. And it's like, you're showing your kids what it's like to like be an entrepreneur.
Yes.
So it's not outside of their scope. It's not outside of their range. It's not foreign to them.
Correct.
Your kids will be like, yeah, I can start my own business. Look at my mom.
Yeah. And I'm trying to push that with my kids.
To them, they're like, yeah, I can do that. My mom runs a whole company. Psh, I got this.
Yes.
And it kind of helps take that fear away from them.
Normalize it.
Yes. Because we had to swallow our fear and like literally like jump off the ledge and be like, okay, I guess I'm doing this. No more corporate job for me. Or, you know, it's that leap of faith, and them seeing you take that and take that risk and then being so successful, they're just like, I want to do it. Like my kids, my son, they're like, I don't want to punch anybody's clock. My mom doesn't do that. You know, look what my dad's doing. Yes, it shows them that it's not foreign to them. And I grew up, my grandfather always owned businesses. You know, he had his own print shop and all this stuff. So it was, for me, I was like, okay, well, yeah, I can do that because, you know, look what
it wasn't a wild idea. Yeah, it wasn't
a wild idea.
It was a normal thing. Like, do it.
Yes,
right. If you fail, you fail. But you had that push to do it.
Yes. But also the support system in the village plays such a huge part, because when we are scared and I'm like, ugh, and it's those nail biting moments, my husband's like, you got it, babe. Like, you can do, he's like, you can do anything you want to do. And sometimes that's the little push that I needed to like get over the fear of certain things, you know? And now thinking about it, I could never punch a clock again in life.
Oh,
there's no way. There's no way.
I tell people I'm not okay with having a 30-minute or an hour lunch. Like, I want a 3-hour lunch. Maybe I don't want to come back that day.
That's
like I couldn't go back. I mean, the flexibility that I have, I couldn't trade it.
Wow. So like, what are some of the, like you said, your sister handles the social media for you.
Yes.
So what are some of the things that your husband does for you?
So my husband is amazing. I heard the other day a person say that, my friend said, she's like, I'm like the kite. My husband lets me fly, and he's the one that just, you know, kind of like just keeps me afloat.
He's the string. I love it.
And I'm like, oh my God, that's my husband. So he lets me chase all of my dreams.
Yeah.
And if they get too wild, he's like, Lily, let's talk. I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right. But he lets me fly, and you know, and he gives me the string, you know, like to support. And he does a lot of things for us, right? So one of the things that he does the best is that he's an amazing dad. And my mom always says, you need to credit that, because on the outside, as your parents, we see how he is with the kids when you're not there, right? When I'm having to say, like, I have a meeting or I have an event, he is full time. Like, there is no like, hey, can you watch the kids? It's like, he's dad, right?
Right.
And so he supports me by doing that, and he does an amazing, like, he's the cool dad. He's a dad that if I'm not there, like, they're going to the movies, they're going to do things. My kids know, you're going to go on town. Okay, we're going to Jumping World this weekend. They already know like their schedule for the weekend.
I love it.
And he does that amazing. So I couldn't do what I do if he wasn't that for me, right? But he also helps me at the shop. He is our fondant king. I love to give him credit. He is also very artistic. And so when there's things that I need, like if I'm busy.
Did he make a crawfish?
I don't remember. I know he probably helped me with the corn. Like, I mean,
that's so
because
cool.
he thinks artistically. He same thing. Like, he's able to look at. Oh yeah, I'll get it. He does like to say though that we cannot work together because I'm not a good boss.
Well, excuse us.
But I keep telling you, I'm like, one day I'm going to be able to retire you out. And so we have an agreement. If they're ever, like, if the business gets to the point where I can make, obviously, like, his income and, you know, be able to have, you know, him join our team, he will gladly join us. It's just, he says, I can't be his boss.
Oh my gosh. Be like, okay, babe, we can be co-bosses then. Does that make you feel better? You make corn on that side of the room, and then I'll make the crawfish on this side of the room.
It's just, I you know.
You're a perfectionist.
I am a perfectionist. And he acknowledges that, right? He knows that I have to have that, right? To get to where I am. It's just, I think because I know that he loves me. I know that he supports me. I can, you know, not be so kind sometimes.
We can be a little extra.
And I can, you know, demand a level that is not even obtainable for myself.
Oh, Lily, wait now, girl.
But we've learned. I mean, we have come a long way since opening up our business. Our marriage was hit really hard, you know, the first couple of months and years trying to, you know, adjust to schedules.
Yes,
and
it can
all
knock
of
you
that.
off kilter because that's a huge shift and change in your
life. It
life.
was, and I mean, we took a hard hit.
Yeah, because you can't be as available as you were previously, but in the end, it's so worth it because of what you're building together.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, we've gone through some things and we've pushed through, and here we are. But yeah, he helps me. And I mean, even like loading, like when, like with our catering part of it, right? Like he's the one that he had to teach me. It took him forever to teach me how to do straps onto like our trailer. Because I could not.
I still don't know. I'm not gonna lie. Even with my business stuff, I still don't know.
It took
I have
forever.
to get him to do it.
He was so. I mean, and one of his qualities that he's patient, right? Like I'm the loud, the wild, and he is calm, collective. I know that when he's yelling, it's because I've pushed a lot of buttons.
Gotcha.
I've gone way beyond, but more, you know, a lot of the time he is calm and like things don't, you know, like where I'm, you know, quickly to get freaked out or the
He's
panic.
Your peace.
He is my peace, and he is my definitely my safe place. Definitely like my quiet. You know, and we
need that balance because I'm similar
because and now I think I've always been loud, but I think now loud is overstimulating sometimes, right? And so I like to come home and know that, like for him, like when he's off, he is off, right? Like when he's home from work, he's not trying to cut the grass on his off day because he's like, I'm off. Where like my off looks different, right? My off is answering emails and replying to messages and posting content. And it's like when we are on the same page and I'm like, wait, I'm going to be off like you. And it's like, I'm off. So I've learned, when I leave the business, when I'm off, like my Sundays is my completely off days. I was going to ask you. Yeah, I don't answer emails. Sometimes I don't even answer phone calls, even if it's personal, because I've learned from him that I need to have a completely off day.
Yes.
So, he's great. I love him.
You have to be able to silence the outside noise.
Correct.
And
yes.
that order will be there tomorrow.
Correct. And I think at the beginning that was the fear, right? Because you're stepping into like, am I going to have enough orders to pay rent and to pay things, Yes. But now it's like, I'm good. God's got me. My family's got me. The business got, like my customers are amazing. And so I'm able to step aside, have personal days, have things that I can enjoy, and then, take a day because I need it.
So are you closed on Sundays?
We are closed on Sundays.
Okay. And then I'm assuming like you're closed on like Christmas, Easter, holidays, and things like that, right?
So up until now, we enjoy having a full week off in Christmas. So we work really, really hard the month of December, and we work hard with the purpose because come January, our sales completely drop. And they will kind of stay low up until like right now in March, they're starting to pick up. And so we prepare all of December because we know come January, February, March, orders are not going to,
that's when you can have like family time and a nice break though.
Yes.
Not necessarily a bad thing. I assume like Valentine's Day, you'd kind of be busy too. Chocolate covered strawberries and all the things. So
it's a hit and miss. You know, this year was really hard. I think businesses are struggling across the board.
Oh yes.
I keep, meeting with our accountant and I'm like, and she's like, Lily, keep doing what you're doing. Just keep posting. But, because obviously they see all types of customers, right? And people are struggling. I think businesses are struggling across the board. And so we just, we do what we can and we just try and stay consistent.
Yeah. Because, I mean, really, too, with, like, the cost of ingredients at that point when eggs were so insane, I can imagine it just, for bakers, like, what a hit that does to your business when your carton of eggs is now $200,
Yes.
It's so crazy.
Yeah, no, that's been difficult, because we always want to stay affordable, right? Because I remember why I did it, right? Because I didn't do it out of wanting to make money. I did it because I wanted to save money, right? Like, so I know across the board with bakers that are around me, I tend to be on the lower end, right? And I'm okay with that because I know that why I'm doing it, right? I know my purpose and I know that as long as I'm meeting my goals, as long as I'm bringing in what I need to, I am content in that, right? I'm not out here trying to be the most expensive baker. I know I'm not. I'm not in that, and that's okay, right? We will eventually get there, with certain orders we are, and certain orders we tend to be on the lower end.
But your pricing is very fair, and I think that's amazing. That you actually think about the family.
Right.
Yes, you never forgot your why, and your prices remain fair, and I think that's awesome.
Correct.
That's something that should be commended. Like, you don't have to raise your prices just because the sun came up. Like, it's okay to give a family the value and for them to be able to afford that, and make sure that you're making your profit as well and staying in business.
Because as long as I'm not obviously giving away our product, there has to be like a fine line, right?
Yes.
But as long as I'm making a profit and the customer's happy and they're able to order, because I know sometimes I have customers that are regulars, right? And sometimes they're not able to purchase from us. And they'll tell me, oh, Lily, I'm sorry, like I had to get a grocery cake. I'm like, I get it. Like, it is okay. Like, our services are not a need, it's become something that you want. And so when you're able to, I am very grateful.
Yeah, because it's something so special that you want to do. Like I said, for like this upcoming graduation, her graduation party is on her birthday, her 18th birthday. So it's, it's something extra special where you really, there's a lot of family coming over,
Correct.
So like, I agree. Like, I'm a makeup artist and a hairstylist. Of course, like, you don't need to get your makeup done every day. It's like, I'm like you. It's like, it's a special occasion. It's a treat for yourself. It's a special date night, anniversary, your wedding.
Correct.
So I totally, get where you're coming from with that. Yeah. And I'm the same way. Like, I want to keep my prices fair because everyone should feel beautiful.
Yes. Everybody should enjoy cake. Yes.
Oh, yes. We should all enjoy the cake.
Yes.
So, What kind of prompted you to enter this catering like arena though?
So what prompted us was the lack of sales.
Oh,
so
okay.
because our sales weren't coming in, I was like, what else can I do? Like, what can we do? What can we offer? Right. Which is kind of what's guided the other things that we do. That's why we offer like edible images for other bakers. Now we're starting now to offer like boxes, things that because we buy wholesale and we buy large amounts. I'm like, I don't mind selling boxes to other bakers that may not, want to buy 100 boxes at one time. That may just need the one box, right?
Okay.
So that kind of is what prompts us is like, what can we do to kind of bring in extra income to help us? And so we started out with the popsicle cart. I purchased like a Mexican paleta cart.
I saw it.
Yeah, I purchased that like 4 or 5 years ago, right? Just on a random oh my gosh, like again, because I liked having parties for my kids, I thought this would be fun to be able to kind of bring out the little cart for my kids. I probably used it once and then it stayed at my parents' house. It was just in storage. I never really had a use for it, never really used it. And then when our sales started to drop at the shop, I'm like, okay, what do I do? Like, how can I push extra income? And I told my sister, which mind you, I told my sister a lot of things and she's always the one like, just do it.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
And so I contacted my sister and I said, hey, what do you think about offering like a paleta cart service? Like we now kind of have like a pretty good customer base. Like maybe this would be a good time, to put it out there. And she's like, okay, she's like, create a menu. So I created a menu on Canva, sought out like different wholesalers that sell popsicles and just put it out there. I mean, and it was incredible, the support that we got. I mean,
'cause it's hot.
It's hot and it works. And it just adds, I think, because we're in the age of like Pinterest and TikTok and we're seeing how parties, have evolved. I think everybody wants like that little it factor. Like, how can I make my party just cuter and more Pinteresty and more and just better than the next?
It. You just want it elevated. Because that would be great for baby showers and gender reveal parties. Oh my gosh, how much fun. And let's be real, it's hot outside. And if you're doing an event where you're like in your backyard, how cute would a popsicle cart like be?
And it just adds that it factor, right? And so we put it out there and it was great. And we were like, okay, I remember being at my parents' house. We were there for a barbecue and my sister, helped me create the document and we put it out there. I mean, orders just started coming. Like at first we're like, oh my God, we got an order. The first one, yay! And then within that night, I mean, I don't remember how many we got, but we got several in the books. And so then it was so great that my parents happened to have a friend that was going down to Mexico. My dad's like, hey, I ordered you 2 more. Like 2 more cards.
Go, Dad.
Like, oh, okay. I'm like, thank you. And that's why I said like they believe in me sometimes more than what I can see the vision, right?
Yes.
And so we incorporated 3. For my daughter's quinceañera, we wanted to offer like the nacho cart, right? With the elote.
Ooh.
And I priced it out and I'm like, ooh, this is really expensive. I'm like, I bet you my dad can make me this. So I sent Dad a text. I'm like, Daddy, you think you can build me this? And he
Dad
goes,
coming in clutch.
He's
I'm
like,
here for Dad.
Send it to me. I'm like, okay, cool. So I sent it to him. He's like, yeah. Get a call the next day. Oh, look, I already have it. Bring me the container so that I can cut them out.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, well, again, now that we have it, I'm like, let me put it out there. And so slowly we've added just different elements to that, to where now we offer, we have the 3 paleta carts. We have a snack cart. Snack cart is, it's a cart that has like the different fruits and the different toppings. So we offer that cart.
Yummy.
We offer our nacho cart. We added cotton candy and popcorn this year. And
Girl.
It's just, it's a blessing.
I'm so here for this. Like, you make me excited. I'm sitting here going, wait a minute, I'm not doing enough. Like, what else can I do? Like, I have a few extra hours on a Wednesday. What else can I do? Girl, you are so inspiring. This is crazy. And I love your dad coming in clutch. Shout out to your dad. Like,
yes, it's my dad. I mean, he just
I'm here for
he comes in and the beauty with my husband is that he tells me all the time. He's like, the reason I'm, because I always tell him like, are you sure? Like, is it okay if my dad does it? And he's like, Lily, you're not going to have your dad forever.
That's right.
And he's like, and I, we recently lost my father-in-law. It'll be a year. And he's like, I can't get that time back.
Right.
With my dad. And he's like, so the fact that you have your dad and he's willing, he's like,
go for it.
Yeah. And so it's they make a great team. Whatever my dad does, like he comes in and he'll help me paint because I'm not the best. I'm just like, he's
Girl.
like, Lily, you need even strokes. I'm like,
I hear you.
Great, then you can help me do it.
That's right. That's right.
You know, it's a beauty to have, you know, the team that I have that just helps out and, you know, just makes everything possible from posting to the content to just,
I'm just stunned by how amazing your village is.
Oh, thank you.
But I love the way your mind works. You sat there, instead of like getting all woe is me and down in the dumps and like, oh my gosh, my sales drop in January. You're like, what else can I do? Guess what? In Houston, it's already hot back again in February. Let's do some popsicles. Yes. Oh, it's March. It's about to be spring break.
Yeah.
Let's do a popcorn cart. Let's do this. Let's do that. And for your dad to have the foresight going, oh, they're booking orders. Let me get some more popsicle carts. Just to like be on that wavelength with you. You have turned your family into entrepreneurs. They're all in it now.
Yes.
Wow. That's amazing.
Thank you.
I mean, but just thinking about it, it's like that gave them an opportunity to see things from a different perspective that they hadn't thought about before. I bet your dad wasn't thinking about popsicle carts and he's like, my daughter came in here.
No.
And look, they're sitting over here on the laptop on Canva and just made a whole nother business while waiting for the chicken to cook. This is crazy.
Yeah. It's been a crazy ride.
While you're smoking a brisket, you made a whole new business. Like,
yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I just love your drive.
I sit back and I'm like, it is wild, but I am here for it. Like I think it just like I know it motivates people, but I think it even motivates me. Like it sets the bar just that much higher. Like what else can I conquer? Like what else? I mean, my dad raises with the sky is the limit, but to me it's like I'm beyond this. Like I want to go beyond the sky. Like what else can I obtain in this lifetime?
Okay, girl, go on to the moon and Mars. Call me from Mars and let me know how it was, because she'll be up on Mars selling popsicles.
Or a cookie or so. I mean, whatever. Yeah.
Wow, that's just. I'm literally in awe of you right now. No, because you don't understand. Like your energy is very infectious. You have this smile. You have these bright eyes. Like you just come in so excited, and I can see how much your business means to you and how much it means to your family with how involved they've become in it, just because they wanted to, not that they felt forced. Like your energy got them excited about it as well, and they saw you like doing all these things, and they were like, "Wow, what can we do to help her?" And that's they didn't just sit back; they got in it with you, and I love that.
Yeah, no, every member of our family is amazing. Like I said, they are always pushing us, just like putting our name out there. Like they love when I reach out and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I got this person contacted me or this opportunity opened up. Like it is, everybody gets to obtain joy from the opportunities that we're getting.
I mean, I'm like, you're doing so much. I hate to ask what's next, but I want to ask what's next. What's your, like, is there something else in that brain of yours that you're like, ooh, this one more little piece of the puzzle I can squeeze in here?
There is.
Okay, lay it on us.
There's mentorship. So because I didn't have, like, there's not somebody that I had that I could
model after,
right? Like, I don't know anybody personally that, let's say, made a bakery from scratch, right? That has added like a catering. Like there's not somebody in my contacts, right? That I can say, let me call this person because I have a question. So to be able to offer that back to the community, I would love to create like a space, whether it's moms or, I mean, it could be men, it doesn't matter, but just a space where, like, if you have a craft, a skill, like how do you go from either taking that hobby to the next level where you open up your own space, or you keep it as like in our field, it's, how do you run like a legit cottage food license, right? Like a cottage food business from your home, like, because we did that for a while, right? Like where we were like a bakery working under the cottage food law, which is we had to put labels and we had to do, certain things. And when you went to markets, like, knowing what to do, but you kind of learn as you go. Like, I would love to have a space for people, whether it's virtual, like it's an online site, or whether it's a facility where people can come in and get trainings and things like that. Like that's on my list to do. Like, I would love to offer a space, or, come in as a speaker and say, like, what do you want to ask me? There's a lady that reached out last week, and I think that's kind of where it generated from, where she's like, hey, Lily, like, I've been watching you since 2020. Like, I have seen you take your home business and now you're like, how can I do that? She's like, I don't want to compete with you. I'm in a different part of town, but how can I do, like, where do I start? Like, where do I get permits? And so, like, I'm meeting with her next Tuesday to kind of like
Aww.
let her pick I'm like, whatever you want to ask me, like ask me. Like I am like I don't gatekeep any of my information.
Yeah.
So to be able to offer that, but like in a more obviously more structured, you know, next week we're just meeting for coffee, but to be able to offer that to whoever needs the information, I would love to, you know, to get something going in that aspect of like a mentorship program.
Yes. I respect you so much for doing that, because so many people think about like competition and all this, that, and the other. And I'm like, there's enough business out here for everybody to thrive and be happy. And I love that you don't gatekeep, because I say the same thing. Like in this industry, there's been so many like people that I have come in contact with that have helped me. Like Ty Coral, she did an episode. She's an amazing wedding planner in Houston. And, you know, just not gatekeeping and just like really giving me information and helping me, you know, do certain things within my business and answering questions that I had. And I love that you want to really go out there and like mentor and help people see that there's another way.
Right.
You know, that
and
your
I think
hobby,
for me,
your passion can actually make you money.
Yes. And I think very early on, I clinged on to a concept, which was like, I think, I don't know, it must have been like a video or something, but they tell you like, if you go into the bread aisle, how many different breads and how many different brands are there in that aisle?
Yes.
And you can apply it to the same, like to McDonald's. How many McDonald's, how many Burger Kings and Chick-fil-A are in the same road? And you get to pick, as the customer, you pick where you want to eat, right? So that's how I've always seen my business. Are there plenty other bakers? Yes. Are there plenty other cookie people? Yes, but there are plenty for everybody. Like we live in a world where I'm not everybody's baker, right? And I'm okay with that, right? Yeah. I'm okay not being, you know, the person you come to, because there are plenty other customers that I am their loyal one, right? Like I am the one that they come to. So and I'm okay with that concept. Like I don't have to be the only bread in the aisle.
I'm with you. And I hear you 100%. Yeah, because I'm the same way. I'm not everybody's artist. I'm not everybody's hairstylist, but that's okay. That we all have the power to choose. And like, I'm always grateful when somebody like, I'm like, oh, I'm flattered. Like you chose me to do your hair and makeup for your wedding day. I'm absolutely honored. And I appreciate the business so much. So I just think that's amazing. Girl, let me tell you something. You are something else, and I love it. I'm here for it.
Oh, thank you.
You guys, I mean, can you please tell everybody like your website, your Instagram, how they can find you?
So you can find me on I try to make everything the same. So everything is Lily Bake Studio. So no matter whether you find us on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook, it's all the same. You can find us on Google under Lily Bake Studio. That will give you the address to our location.
Okay.
So everything is always the same. Lily Bake Studio.
Love it.
Yes.
And then, of course, in the info bar underneath this episode, I'll have all the information on how you guys can contact her Instagram and all that stuff spelled out. So, Miss Lily, thank you so much for coming on the Beauty Topics couch today. It was an absolute pleasure. You ignited even more passion in me about my own business. This girl got me over here feeling like a slug. No. But that's okay. I will take that.
No.
But I can't thank you enough for like driving all this way and just sitting down on my couch and allowing me to pick your brain like this. It means so much.
Yes, thank you. I love it. I love the opportunity. Like I said, I'm always looking for opportunities to just put our name out there. I believe it. Like this to me is it reassures me that I'm in that season, right? Of putting my name out there, of getting opportunities where I can just keep putting my name in places that, you know, that may not know who I am, what I'm doing, you know, where I'm at. So I appreciate that.
Of course. Yes. Well, you guys, if you got a taste for a little butter pecan cake, a little banana pudding cake, I've got somebody for you. So thank you guys so much for checking this out. You can see us on YouTube. And of course, we're on all the platforms as far as Spotify, iHeartRadio, all that good stuff. So we thank you so much for watching and listening. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.